Okay, we're coming down Coatdale Hill, is what everybody calls it, and you can get to Trinidad Lake from the back end at Coatdale as well. You can see the old coke ovens. They look like Roman over there. We got a sign, and we're getting onto County Road 57.7. Coatdale is an old mining town. There's a museum there. A few people still live in the town. We've come about 3.5 miles up Bon Carbo Canyon Road, County Road 57.7, on our way to the property. And you start to pick up the Spanish Peaks. This is the West Spanish Peak, which is the West and the East Spanish Peaks are all wilderness area. You see it. When I zoom in like that, that's about how big it looks. It actually looks bigger in person. I have my wide angle zoom lens on. So that's wilderness area. And then there's a wildlife area of 2,800 acres, which is about, about 5 miles from this property, about 10-15 minutes that we're going to. There's wildlife areas, national forests over the Sangre de Cristos, wilderness area over the Spanish Peaks, Trinidad Lake State Park, 4 lakes up in the mountains on Highway 12 by Cachara and La Vida, by Cachara in Stonewall, Colorado. That's a neat place to go. And lots of hunting, lots of wildlife. Hunting is about the biggest industry here besides the coal they're hauling out. Here's one of the volunteer fire departments in the area, and they're really good. My brother-in-law's on one of them closer by us. That fire department's gonna be about within 5 miles of most properties. Right after the fire department is the old town, coal mining town of Bon Carbo, Colorado. There used to be a post office here. There are mailboxes for people in the hills to come down and pick up their mail. UPS and FedEx deliver directly to your property. Okay, so from the Bon Carbo post office boxes, this is the old post office. We're gonna head a couple more miles up the canyon to, this road changes into County Road 30.1. We'll be turning off on to 47.5, County Road 47.5. And we're gonna be going to 9.7 acres. It has a lot of usable ground on top behind a small cabin that's unpermitted on the property at the front part. Most of the public lands from anywhere, when you're west of I-25 in the hills and at this elevation, about 7,200 feet, you're about 10 minutes to up to 45 minutes from the highest mountain lakes and public lands to go access. 10 minutes away or less, about 5 minutes, 7-10 minutes, whatever, is the 2,700 acre Spanish Peaks wildlife area off of County Road 30.1 here. And this thing will eventually wind back to Highway 12 to where you could head west to Stonewall and the mountain lakes up there. Or continue past the mountain lakes and end up in Cachara and down through La Vida and then back to 160, and you go right to Walsenburg, or left to Pagosa Springs and Alamosa, Pagosa Springs, places like that, San Luis Valley on 160. So we just turned on to 47.5. We've got about a mile and a quarter to get to this property we're going to today. There's going to be one right-hand turn at the top of the hill once we get up here. That ridge right there, I believe it's that one. We'll find out, but that may be the western boundary of the property, but we'll see. We're just coming up. We're still in 47.5. You don't want to go left. You want to stay right. And there's power pulled to this property. And the hardline phone is actually in this road, so you could have it pulled. Oop, went too far. So right when you get to the top of the hill, you're going to take a right. So we're taking a right onto, it's pretty much a no-name road, but it's 47.5 actually. It goes this way. And you'll see this. As as a reference, you can see that private drive. It does pseudo dead end down here, meaning that it ends mainly because you can't drive any further. Following one of the neighbors on a tractor. It's kind of nice. He's taking care of the road. The Spanish Highlands doesn't have an HOA or POA and no covenants, so everyone does what they do have covenants, but everyone does what they want with their land. Hey Gary.
What's up, brother?
How you doing? So you can do anything with your land within county regulations. And there's no road maintenance, but it's only about, it's less than a quarter mile to the driveway. So you basically pass those houses and you'll see some RVs on your left, and right across is the entrance to the property. So we're basically at the northwestern corner of the property, so to speak. If that was going to be a blurry picture or not. And through that gate is the bulk of the land, the 9.7 acres going that direction. I'll go hike out on that and get along this western ridge where I thought I was looking at when we were driving up. Okay, I'm going to take a walk on the land. We'll come back and take a look inside the cabin. I'll show you the aerial map if I can, as we'll be heading south along this ridge into the property. And we can do this. Okay, I think I got the lighting right. Okay, we drove in from the west, and then here's the cabin right here. And you can see most of the land's up in here. You can see the width of this topo line. So the gate, this is a father and son who own this. They just started with this little cabin, and then they were planning to come up in here in the biggest part of the land. This drops off pretty quick. That's why I was saying when we were driving up right here on 47.5, that might be the ridge, and then we'll see. And you know, you see, you got meadow in here, but the land's real gentle with the width of those topo lines. So this is actually pointing the right direction. So this is the southern boundary down here. This is the western, and this is the eastern. Of course, we're up here at the north. So we're leaving the cabin. I forget to change my shutter speed. Okay. I was thinking we drove up this valley down here. Yep, it is. Someone was pointing up when we were driving up. This ridge with the sandstone formations. The road we drove up is right down there. Those are cool. And you can see all along this ridge, you can see all the way into New Mexico. And as we walk out along this, in this 9.7 acres, we'll probably pick up Fisher's Peak on the end. Really nice big flat top, a lot of usable ground. Cabin's right back there. And not even halfway. Oh, you're gonna have Fisher's Peak views on the end if you keep walking out here over Trinidad. That's back that direction. Walk up in here, some barrel cactus blooming. Some more. This is looking back towards the cabin. And you could hand cut a lot of things. I can see the cabin back that way. Hand cut and be able to drive right in here. This old fence has nothing to do with the boundary line. We're getting close to the southern end. Gotta be somewhere like right in here, walking out, because a portion of the property drops off down there pretty good. You can see how gentle the land is going to the east here. You can make roads down through in here too, if you want to. Grassy area. See that area right there? We'll know we're walking the eastern boundary when we hit that. And basically all the grass is on this property. Well, we're going to keep going basically southeast. So I think we're going to see Fisher's Peak somewhere. Yeah, this is pretty. You can see Wheeler Peak way back in the background back there. When I zoom in like that, that's what it actually looks like. It's actually a little bit bigger. Okay, we're standing like right here. So the southern boundary line, I can see it goes down in this valley down there. See that grass meadow? I can see the fence line coming over and hitting the corner down there. There's that grass meadow. There's Fisher's Peak over Trinidad. If I walk off this, you're gonna have a clear shot of Fisher's Peak. There we go. Gonna get right here. And of course, this is all in New Mexico. That's Raton Pass over there. Raton's 20 miles south of Trinidad on I-25. And if you go north, you're in Pueblo in an hour, Colorado Springs an hour and a half, and Denver in 2.5 hours. Colorado Springs Airport's a good place to fly into. If you don't want to do that, you end up at the northeast side of Denver, and you're driving through Denver. You know, unless you take the loop or the toll road, and then you got to drive between Denver and Colorado Springs. Probably the most dangerous road in Colorado. You see how the land's really nice and usable. So we're going to be, because of where we're at, the southern boundary, that meadow should be about right through there. So the eastern boundary is going to be going through here somewhere. Okay, my battery's about to die. Yeah, here's that meadow. So we are right on the eastern boundary right now. Right on it. There's that meadow. There's off property, there's on property. This would be easy to fence too, if you wanted to have animals, agricultural. There's a trail going through here, probably leads that gate. My battery's about to die, so I'm gonna go back and change batteries, look at the cabin, then fly my drone over the property. Okay, we're just coming back to the gate and go inside and then fly my drone. Okay, we'll take a look around outside first. 300 gallon, or I don't know, 200 gallon tote they use for water. It's basically a shed. There's no plumbing in there that I know of. It's like a tent. It needs roofing on this one, this part of it. And the outside needs to be finished. There's no insulation on the inside. That could be finished. So you'd have to pull up some of the wood I would do and make the floor a little more solid. And of course do the roof and the walls. See if the camera adjusts. Put some windows in it, more windows. So this is the portion that needs roofing on it. It's pretty amazing it hasn't leaked. It's all 2x4 construction for the walls. These rafters should reinforce these. There's the loft. It needs to be beefed up. Oh yeah, plumbing from the tank to the sink in here. There's electricity. This floor's bouncy, but it can be all fixed. Okay. Okay, now I'll fly my drone over the property and I'll try to keep the property centered. Okay, we're just leaving the cabin in the 9 acres. And if you're seeing this anywhere but my site, ranchviews.com, I do this with all my properties. I drive to, walk through, hike through, fly over video. And yep, thanks for watching.